The Scalpers win. Prismatic Evolutions sells out in just 10 hours. Let's look at the numbers. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I am currently live with Mimic Brew and Roxandy, but we have some really shocking news which has just broken, so I'm going to bring those guys in. Let's take a look and see what's happening before we do that. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see what's happening. We are seeing that the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes for Prismatic Evolution have just sold out. They've sold out in under 10 hours. This is crazy. The playmats sold out, the deck box and the card sleeves as well. But this is insanity, guys. This product only went up at around 10 a.m. Eastern today. It only went up. First of all, you could order 4. I got 2 cases of 4. I'm hoping my orders stick. Then you could only order 2. They limited to 2 per customer. And now it is completely out of stock. I'm also hearing it is out of stock on the UK Pokemon Center as well. This is absolute insanity. Move over, Surging Sparks. I want to dive into just exactly what is going on here and why. So I am going to sell you guys, this is crazy stuff. Like, we've got this promo card here, which is driving people absolutely nutty. I think people are thinking this is going to be the 151 PC ETB all over again, which is skyrocketing up to $227, and that the Eevee is going to be the new Charmander from Obsidian Flames. So let's bring Roxandy and Mimic Brew back in, and let's see what these guys think of what's happened here. So I'm just going to bring them back in, guys. Did you guys hear any of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
Hype.
So
FOMO.
Rock, this is super drama. This is right up your alley, Roxanne.
Yes, it
so,
is.
Dude, give me the goods. Is this set the real deal? Is this the new 151? Like, what should people be doing?
Well, it's kind of tough to say. I feel like at first this is going to initiate a lot of FOMO in a lot of people, and I think it is going to be. It is going to be very, very popular for sure. I mean, the fact that it's sold out right away is a sure tell of that. However, I think people should be very, very aware that it is going to be reprinted just like 151 was, and it is going to have a lot of opportunities to get it. So I wouldn't 100% FOMO into it automatically. Just make sure it's just chill out. Everything's all right, guys. It's okay. I said it's okay. Okay, it's okay.
You don't know that.
However,
who becomes the next president, okay?
And it's gonna be me.
It should.
I'm the
Planet
one pulling
Rock
all the
Sandy. Planet Rock Sandy. That's
Planet
a planet
Rock
I
all
want
the
to
way.
live on.
But yeah, I think this is gonna be a very popular set. At the end of the day, you never really know what's gonna be like reprinted and the extent of the reprint. You know, a lot of people are misconstruing a lot of things. For example, the previous reprint of 151, that wasn't really a reprint, to be honest, and I kind of still stand by that.
That's how they evolved reprint.
Yeah, exactly. But at least that had some validity to it, because I mean, they were actually it's some, because this one, I mean, they were just introducing a new product. It's not really a reprint at all. At least the other times, if there were rumors about, you know, actual products being redistributed, I think there's an argument for that. However, this one, I think, you know, I think it's pretty evident.
You got to remember, it's a specialty set, though. So when it comes to talking about reprints and comparing it to regular sets, you know, you can expect a specialty set to come out with more collection boxes and other things down the road, whereas obviously a reprint of a booster box isn't an option, and that's usually what we see when we talk reprints.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point. That's a good point, because like Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, look at what's happened with that 151. Like, I had that up on the screen. Like, to my knowledge, I think there's been one very short resupply of that on PokemonCenter.com.
Yes.
And this is the thing, I wrote down a couple of points here, because this literally happened just before we went live. So
before I forget, I have a point I wanted to add.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when is the last time that we had a new set release, a new Pokemon TCG set release, sell out of its booster boxes on the Pokemon Center website a week, 2, 3, like before release period? When is the last set that happened with? Do you guys know?
Well, I'm pretty sure Stellar Miracle had that happen. Stellar Crown had everything out of stock a week before.
Yeah,
the booster boxes.
Yeah, everything was out. Actually,
booster boxes.
It's quite common right now for Pokemon Center the week before to have stock.
I thought it was just the PC ETBs and the other stuff.
No, it was everything. I remember seeing the screenshots. I'm pretty sure Opossum Bud did a video on it. But yeah, I saw it with Stellar Crown for sure. Everything was out. And this is the thing. Is this a glitch? Did they just not release enough product day one, or did they panic and all of a sudden, like, is it? And this is a good question. Is this really that this set is that good? Like I put this from Goated Pools here, Dan. Is this the new Evolving Skies?
Why did you? So you're saying Goated Poles said that?
Yeah, he's put it. He's put a comment here. Goated Pools.
There's so much. Are we going to talk about Goated Poles tonight?
Hey, look, let's get
the popular topic tonight. I'm just saying because there was a J-Love video.
I like
he literally, Arvin literally told me that he's my biggest fan. And when I went to Collecticon in North Carolina and he saw me take a picture at the airport saying I was leaving, he messaged me instantly and he was like, "Are you fucking?" Like he was so pissed that I didn't see him. So I'm not shitting on Arvin at all. Like Arvin loves me. And in that case, I love Arvin. Anyway.
So Dan, what do you think
about Surging Sparks?
No, is this set Prismatic Evolutions the new Evolving Skies?
Oh, Prismatic, sorry. Well, we got to figure out what the hell 32 SIRs means first. Are you kidding me? This is the most, like, look, to reveal details but not explain the details. Like, I can imagine, okay, so let's take Paldean Fates. It has 3 IRs. There's 500 million of the Palmies, the Wug Trios, and the other one, right? The Palafin, right? So it's easy to imagine a specialty set without IRs. You just take those 3 away and it's, whatever. But to imagine 32 SIRs, that's Paradox Rift and Paldea combined.
Yeah, it's a giant set. Giant. Hey, maybe we're finally going to get an Officer Jenny waifu, maybe Lieutenant Surge waifu, Guzbando. Maybe that'll finally happen. But, like, so here's a question for you, Rock. So you must have been seeing the Surging Spark stuff go bananas. You've seen the hype, right? Everyone's going nuts. Like, I think you've got more of, like, a collector, like, mindset, whereas me and Mimic, like, we're very much collectors, but we do the investing stuff too.
Yeah.
So do you think people are just going to move on now and be like, yeah, Surging Sparks doesn't really matter anymore, like it's all about this new Eevee set?
No, I think Surging Sparks is going to age well in the long run. At first, I think there is going to be a, majority are going to go to Prismatic Evolutions right away. But I think that's just something that is very expected. I mean, Evolutions are just more popular. However, I believe Surging Sparks is going to, carry a lot of weight, in the future. I think, yeah. No, you good. I think, yeah, I think there will be some demand either way coming from just a collector. I'm not really like a big fan of the crowns, to be honest. I get a lot of backlash from that, but dude, I just do not like them to an extent that everybody is making it out to be. Like,
there's some crowns that look way better than other crowns. Like literally,
I agree.
Some full arts where the
100%.
Cinderace full art from Stellar Crown, you can't tell me that Cinderace full art from Stellar Crown isn't a banger.
No, it's solid. It's solid.
That Cinderace full art with the crown on its head looks cooler than damn near any Cinderace card from Sword and Shield I've ever seen, and it's wearing a stupid ass crown. I'm saying, like, the chart. Sorry, I'm gonna grill you. The Charizard from Paldean Fates is the meanest Charizard of this era, and it's covered in crystals and crowns. That's all I'm saying.
Meanest Charizard of this era, I would agree, but I mean, it's not like a big competition to, compare it. I mean, if you compare it to, like, I don't know, Sword and Shield, I mean,
compare it to the UPC Charizards. What looks better, either one of the 3 UPCs or the Paldean Fates? The
UPC Charizards. Yeah, for sure.
All right, that was tough. That was yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, have it insanely. Dude, remember, like, the freaking VMAX? Like, that's some Game of Thrones type shit? That's amazing.
No, I know. Yeah.
No, it's pretty good. But, like, I'm not, like, a huge fan of the crowns. Maybe it'll age on, like, maybe it'll, grow on me. I could see it happening, but it just looks pretty simplistic, and there's just not a lot of room for artistic, it's not a lot of room for artists and the art to kind of grow and expand. And I don't know, it feels very confined in this, full art-esque type style.
That's an interesting take. Yeah.
When you look at all the gimmicks that have been released over the past 10 or 15 years, I think it looks a lot better than a lot of eras, like cards. Like, to be honest, like, okay, I mean, you can go back era by era. Like, break cards are like terrible. I think. Like,
how dare you?
Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying there are way worse ideas that the Pokemon came up with that just didn't work out on paper or on card. And at least with the Terras, there's a lot you can do with texture. The Terapagos SR looks great. They all look amazing in Japanese. I think the Terras just like the SV era when it started. It was cool to shit on them, but I think as more time goes by and those values keep going up and they keep improving them.
I still
Like, look, Rock, there is going to be some Terra evolutions that you haven't seen yet that you're going to see over the next couple months. You're not going to, like a Vaporeon with the Terra hat, your things are going to happen.
Well, to be fair, any Vaporeon card is a good card, to be fair. Okay, that's a false comparison. Okay.
So guys, back to the topic at hand. Remember, I'm trying to do a video within a video here, and I'll go off on a tangent.
Shit.
So, I forgot.
And please stop swearing.
By the way, I'm reading chat. So if you guys, I'll see it if you chat.
Look, they've probably got so TTF says they probably got loads more. Pokemon Center probably got loads more of these boxes, but staggered the quantity for sale to increase the hype for the set. There is an argument out there that that's what Pokemon are doing right now with this era. They are deliberately throttling the supply and distribution, and these media companies that supply the big box stores are doing the same thing. What do you think of that, Dan?
That's bullshit. And can someone tell Pokey and E that we're live right now? By the way, I think he'd want to see this. So no, okay, hold on. No, it's not. That's actually a good question. They probably got loads more, but stagger the quantity for sale to increase the hype. That's just a smart thing to do in general. There's probably so many businesses that practice, like if you're selling Pokemon cards on eBay and you get 10 cards graded into 10, you don't list all 10 at once. You list one at a time, one after another. If they are doing some version of this, that's just smart business practice. You know, I wouldn't blame them for it. I mean, when you're that big, it is a little silly to be doing stuff like that. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised one way or the other, to be honest.
It was a crazy day. Like this morning, like the news broke. Like I was getting to do my work and stuff. I was at work, and then all of a sudden we've got this the ETB goes up, the PC ETB goes up. Then there's all this other stuff. There's the binder set. They got this poster collection. There's all this ancillary products which get launched on the back of some of the early leaks that came over yesterday as well. Like, and the big thing here, you know, the thing that actually got my attention is the comment I put up here from Sebastian. This Master Ball, according to the press release and what I'm seeing on PokeBeach too, you're going to have reverse holos and reverse holo Master Balls in this set. So, like, I mean,
that's huge. That's
for you, Rock, as a collector, first and foremost, let's say, just for this video, what do you make of that?
I think it's a great addition. I'm a little bit uncertain why they didn't do in 151. Maybe they needed some time to figure out how they were going to do it and in which ways they want to do it. Because I mean, it is kind of hard to kind of configure, you know, like how you do a certain thing. It takes some time. So maybe that's why it just took them some time to understand how to do it, what to print, what are the pull rates are going to be. Take some time. So I think it's a huge W for the collectors. I mean, I love Master Balls. I think it's a really great addition. And I think it's definitely going to be something that will put Prismatic Evolutions at a way higher regard than other sets in the Scarlet and Violet era, unless they continue it in other sets, but I highly doubt that. I think this will be kind of solely Prismatic Evolutions for now. If they continue that, that's going to be interesting. But I think for now, it's going to be just that set alone, but we'll see how it goes.
That would be incredible. That would be incredible. So Mimic, I got a question for you just to keep this rolling along. So I wanted to ask you this question because I think you'll have the best take on it. So I got guys in my DMs today saying, thanks so much. I was able to get 2 cases, or I was able to get my friends and my family. I got 20 boxes all in all of these PCs.
I'm one of those people. I woke up to your Instagram post and immediately got on.
You're welcome. So my question is this: where do we draw the line between scalping and investing? Because at what point are we just going to say, well, let's say there was the same supply as usual and everybody just went in because they think it's 151 or whatever. All these people, it's not, I don't think this is rip and ship guys. I think this is guys that are putting them in their closet and wanting to turn them over once they skyrocket. So it's a loaded question, but I think you're the guy to answer this. Where do we draw this line? Like, am I a scalper for getting 2 cases?
Okay, well, first of all, the answer depends on when you're selling, obviously. Yeah. If you're selling short-term immediately and you're taking advantage of an acute market, then you're scalping. If you're paying X amount, whether that amount is increased on release or not, and you're selling for an increase 2 years down the road, which for Pokemon 2 to 3 years seems to be a really good sweet spot, you know, you're just investing. And are you a card shop? Are you you know, single investor? Like, depends who you're talking about. all in all, I mean, it's a good question, because I think not just with this set, I think over the next year and a half leading into the 30th anniversary, which is technically February of 2026, we are going to be dealing with a ton of scalping, a ton of investing, a ton of like rearranged MSRPs, where the 3-pack blister I used to get down the street at Gamers Guild, my LGS, it used to always be $12.99. Well, for every set, it was $12.99, right? For this set, Surging Sparks, they are now $16.99. Boom. Like, that's a huge increase on a product that cost them the exact same from their supplier. You know, and then they didn't even hold a pre-release tournament. That's how much, like, they didn't even have, they usually have 2 pre-release tournaments. They didn't even have one. And one guy told me it was just because they had trouble getting product. Another part of me thinks maybe the owners just wanted to make sure they didn't sell everything too cheap. I don't know. All I'm saying is what it has started happening about 2 weeks ago, specifically Scarlet and Violet 151, and then it's reverberating into Palladian Fates and other things, and now we got Evolving Skies, Altart starting to move again. I don't think it's going to end for at least a year and a half. Is what I'm getting at. I think get used to paying extra. Get used to being way more financially responsible if you're a degenerate like most of us are, because the next year and a half you can get in a lot of trouble with the amount of FOMO and the amount of scalping going on. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. It's a fine line. It really is. And so for the purposes of this video within a video, we're going to cut it short there, guys. If you do want to see the rest of this live, if you're watching after the fact, then please go and watch it. It's on my channel. Go and check Mimic Brew out. Go and check Roxandy out. Thanks so much for joining. Craziness in the hobby right now. Until next time, I'll see you later. For everybody else,